Welcome to No Huddle, where the pace is fast, the takes are hot, and there's no time to waste. I'm your host, Aurora Pudwell, joined here with Nick Palumbo as well as Luke O'Brien. How are we doing today, guys?
Feeling great.
Amazing.
Excited to talk about some bowl.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What do we got, Luke?
So, Myles Garrett.
Hmm?
Myles Garrett, I think, amazing player, best defensive player in the league, 15 sacks, on pace for 25 sacks. But my problem is he chose the Cleveland Browns over any other team. Like, I want to feel sorry for him that he's on this, lack of a better word, god-awful team.
He's on an island right now by himself.
But he chose to re-sign that contract.
Yeah.
So I'm like mixed feelings here where, one part I want to see him succeed, but another part he made that decision. So I don't know where to go with him, but his performance is amazing this season. If he were to only play the last 3 games, he would still have 10 sacks, which would still put him in 3rd in the league.
Yeah, no, he currently has 15 sacks on the season with 7 games remaining. The current record is actually held by T.J. Watt with 22 sacks in one season. Luke, how many do you think he's going to finish with?
25 and a half.
25 and a half. Nick, what do you think?
I'm going to say 24. I feel like I would say 25 and a half, but that team obviously is not playing well, so I don't know how much I don't know what his usage will be, week 16, week 17, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to go. Okay, if there's 7 games remaining.
We have to think.
That's quite a bit.
Ooh,
22 is the record, yeah.
22 is a record.
I don't know. I like 22. Well, actually, no, 22 and a half. Because if he's right there,
record?
if he's right there, there's no way they don't throw him in there. It doesn't matter if they're down 40 because they probably will be.
Okay, if you're setting the line at 25 and a half, I'm going to go the over.
Wow, you
I'm
think he's
gonna go the over.
going to demolish the record?
I think so. He's
right.
on track to do so.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, you wanted to talk about the Eagles' dominance as well as the acquisition of Jalen Phillips. What do you got?
Well, first off, let me correct you. I do not want to talk about the Eagles, but I have to talk about the Eagles. They have been dominant. They have been relentless. Obviously, behind the scenes, we have everything going on with A.J. Brown. He's playing Madden with his boy. He's saying his life's terrible. He hates it in Philly, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they're winning games. Saquon Barkley isn't even playing too well. But the defense was the big question mark. They add Jalen Phillips at the deadline. Obviously, a young talent from Miami who's also been playing well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they've been incredible. They're 8-2. They're leading the NFC. And I think the message is clear. The Eagles are all in. They're going for it again. I think they're the favorite to win it all. And as much as that upsets me as a Commanders fan, I have to be honest with myself. And they got it. They're good.
Yeah, they're leading the NFC. And Saquon Barkley did have his breakout season last year. Why do you think he's underperforming this year?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it could have something to do with them maybe relying on him less. But obviously last year, over 2,000 yards. Incredible. I know everyone, all the fantasy guys and gals out there took him in the top 10. And he's been disappointing to say the least. But at the end of the day, I think everyone kind of respects how good he is. And I think at any point in the season or even in the playoffs, he can go and get 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Seriously, he is that good. So
okay, but looking back at their last game versus the Lions, they only had 16 points on offense. Do you think that they should be producing more?
I think absolutely. I think also the Lions, they're missing both their starting corners, missing their starting safety. There's holes in that Lions defense, and I think they should be producing more, but I think it's more concerning for the rest of the league the fact that their defense can hold such a strong offense in the Lions to 9 points. I think, obviously that speaks to itself, and obviously, like I said, and kind of repeat with Jalen Phillips, he already got a sack for them. He's had, I think his first game, he had 6 tackles or something like that. He's been great. He's been great, and I think they're 10th right now in points against. So
you say this team you think is sounds how you sounded was a Super Bowl favorite team, right? As you'd say. But they lost to the Broncos early in the season, and the Broncos are 9-2. So, do you think this Eagles team has what it has to repeat?
Yeah, I absolutely do. The Broncos are a questionable one, in themselves. I know we'll talk about them a little later, but obviously, they have the 2 respected teams at the top of their divisions. Broncos, Eagles. They're both playing great. Yeah. Broncos are great coach. The Broncos defense is incredible. Surtain is unbelievable. So I don't know. I think that was definitely a tough loss, but that's only one of the 2 losses they have the entire year. and
Yeah.
we're already majority of through the season. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're the team to beat in the NFC. If I'm the Rams, if I'm the Bears, if I'm the Buccaneers, any of those other teams in the NFC who are at the top right now, I'm concerned. But at the end of the day, you never know. It's
Yeah.
football.
No,
you never know.
they are leading the NFC. In that game though, do you think they got bailed out by that pass interference call in that fourth quarter?
It was
Because some people say that it should have been an offensive pass interference. It was a very unpopular opinion.
I think the Eagles have gotten a little ref luck throughout the whole year. I mean, we keep seeing the tush push, which again I personally feel like should have been banned, but the owners don't agree with me, so that's okay. I'm not an owner.
The owners don't agree with me. Did
They
you
don't.
reach out
They
or
don't.
something, Nick?
I don't know. Yeah, I might have reached out. I sent some emails like, "Hey, please stop them with the tush push."
Careful what you say about the refs too, because you may get
Oh
fined in the
yeah.
mail,
Oh my God.
You don't
Please,
know.
please don't find me, Goodell. Anyone out there?
Yeah.
But I don't know. They've had a lot of questionable calls all year, but at the end of the day, when teams are winning, I think everyone looks to blame whoever they can. I.e., the Chiefs. The last couple of years, everyone tries, it's rigged for the Chiefs, blah blah blah, this and that. But at the end of the day, if you play well, you play well. You can't fall on the refs the whole time. So
yeah, I do think the acquisition of Jalen Phillips was an absolute turning point.
He's a stud.
Ever since he's been there, it's like the defense. It's already looked good before, but now it just looks so sharp. Like they held Jared Goff to 0-4 on fourth down conversions, and we know that when the Lions can't convert on fourth down, which they typically do, they did so well last season. Yes. They didn't do it this year, especially not against the Eagles, and that's where they fell short.
But there's something big missing with that team, and that's the offensive coordinator who's over there in Chicago now, and obviously they're playing good ball. So as much as Dan Quinn thinks he might be able to fill in his shoes, not Dan Quinn. Oh my God, sorry,
Dan
wrong
Campbell.
But Dan Campbell. Yes, as much as he thinks he can fill in the shoes. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about TreVeyon Henderson and how he's had 5 touchdowns in the past 2 games, 2 of them being against a very strong run defense, the Bucs. What do you guys think about TreVeyon Henderson and his past performance?
I've been saying it all year. I think he should have been not the starter from day one, but since those games where Stevenson fumbled, that Steeler game, that Raiders game, I've been saying Henderson should have been getting these more snaps. And it took literally Gibson to be out for the year, Stevenson to get an injury, then to finally start Henderson, and then now it's working and we're seeing what he's producing, 2 touchdown game, 140 yards, and then a 3 touchdown game and 70 yards, and we're finally seeing what he can do.
Yeah. Stevenson could come back this coming week.
And if he does come back, I still say start Henderson.
You got to at least split the backfield. I mean, I think I agree completely with what you said. I think drafting him,
if it's working, why?
And you invested him in the second round. You know how much of a talent he was at Ohio State. I think you have to, especially coming off the success, you have to continue. You have to give him the ball. I mean, you got to feed the hot hand.
That's true. I mean, if you were Mike Vrabel, what percentage of the snaps would you give Henderson, and what percentage would you give to Stevenson?
70-30.
70-30?
Yeah, I mean, Henderson, we see the workload he's getting, and it's paying off. He's not only scoring these rushing touchdowns, we saw a great receiving touchdown too, so he can do everything. I think maybe 70-30 is a little, maybe 65-35, But I definitely think he should be getting the majority of the workload. He's built for it. At Ohio State, he could handle it, and he was honestly sharing that backfield too, but he could still handle it. And I do think he is Offensive Rookie of the Year over Emeka Egbuka, but we don't have to get into that right now.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's a hot take. It's
a hot take. Speaking of hot, it's time for the hot seat, where the temperature is rising and the pressure is real. Every week we spotlight the players, the GMs, and the coaches across the league who are feeling the flames. Nick, who's your hot seat pick?
Has to be Mr. 9 himself, J.J. McCarthy.
I call him 9. 9 comes out.
Minnesota, wow. I mean, struggling as of late. Obviously, my guy Carson Wentz, Washington Commander alum, was playing great ball, got the injury, stayed out there as long as he could, but now out for the year. J.J. McCarthy is all they have left. Yeah. They let Sam Darnold walk, which, again, that itself was a slightly a surprising decision. I mean, obviously, you have a young talent, you invest in him, but at the end of the day, not even giving Darnold a 1 or 2 year deal. It's tough. Looking back at the draft, obviously everyone thought that J.J. McCarthy had the most sure place, the most sure home. Obviously, you have Justin Jefferson, the most talented wide receiver in the NFL, in my opinion, or him or Chase. Either way.
Yeah.
But it's difficult. And I mean, we look back at the draft. I have it pulled up here. You have Bo Nix right there at 12, who's obviously there's a lot of question marks around him, but at the end of the day, his team's top of the AFC. And then you have Brock Bowers, who's obviously a generational tight end there. So.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota fans are a little concerned about what they really have there at their what's supposed to be franchise quarterback.
But would you say you saw this mistake coming into the draft? You knew he wouldn't be what he was, or what do you think?
I mean, I wasn't a huge believer of him coming into the draft. Obviously, Michigan was great, but they had a great coach. They had a great run game. I think Blake Corum was there at the time, who was obviously very good for them. McCarthy was great coming out of college.
You just think he was just like the pass merchant.
It kind of felt
the handoff merchant.
Handoff merchant, yeah. And short yardage throws. I mean, I think in Michigan, I don't have the stats exactly pulled up, but I know a lot of time it'd be 5-10 yard throws. I mean, at the end of the day, him extending the field, I think, is where he really struggles. And when you have guys like Addison and Hawkinson
who make those big plays,
you need a guy like Darnold,
who can make big time throws.
Even Kirk Cousins, who was there before him. I mean,
you do. I mean, he did show flashes against his first win against the Bears, as well as, I think it was week 10 against the Lions. Do you think that he still needs more time to prove himself? Because he's only really had 5 career starts.
Absolutely. I mean, I saw their coach recently say that, they still look forward to the development of him. And obviously he is young. I think he was the youngest or one of the younger QBs in that whole entire draft class. So he is young. He does have time to develop, but right now where they're at, it's they don't really have that time. They don't have that luxury. They want him to win now, and that's just not what they're doing.
Right, they don't have that luxury. But in that past game, week 11 game, they had Jordan Addison had a couple drops. Do you think it was just on McCarthy, or is this a whole team offensive issue?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to kind of expand, look when you're looking at a team and you're looking at a quarterback's success. But I don't think you can put it all on McCarthy, but I think you can put a lot of it on him. They also are in the NFC North, which is an incredibly difficult position. Incredibly difficult division, with the Bears, the Packers, the Lions.
Yeah.
I don't know, but at the end of the day, I mean, the O-line's been playing solid. They have what's supposed to be a good double running back set with Mason and Jones. Both of those guys are healthy now too. Obviously, like I said, great tight end, great receivers. So I think it could be, maybe 20% of the team, but I think 80% has to be on him. So.
Yeah. All right, Luke, who's your hot seat pick?
It's kind of bouncing off of that. I got to go Kevin O'Connell.
Wow, that's a good coach.
Mine's not so much of this J.J. McCarthy situation. It's to what you said before. Sam Darnold. I think it was a ridiculous mistake to let him walk. I understand he wanted $100 million, but you pay him. What he did last year to this Vikings team, and I feel kind of turned them around. It was kind of out of nowhere. You pay him what he wants. I think that would have been the smart move to keep him and not keep JJ, because to your point, I was never too fond of JJ to begin with. I never thought he was a franchise quarterback like how Drake May or your QB Jaden Daniels would be. So I think he has to definitely be on the hot seat. How he's playing this year out right now, they're 4-6 with great weapons, and they have a losing record.
Yeah.
I think his seat is definitely on fire right now.
And they're getting frustrated. I mean, you see Jefferson on the sidelines during the games. He's upset. I mean, when your stars are upset, then come those trade requests, and obviously you do not want that. So.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin O'Connell did win Coach of the Year last year. And going into that 2024 season, there were really no expectations out of these Vikings. But heading on into this current season that we have now, there were high expectations on the Vikings because they performed really well last year. And then there was so much promise behind J.J. McCarthy. Do you think that this is more of the classic situation of the young QB failing the franchise or the franchise failing the young QB?
That's hard to say, putting it all on this young QB. But I got to go with the young QB failing the franchise because what more can you give him? You have the weapons. It's not like this case where the receivers are bad, the line is bad, there's no running back, whatever. He has what's around him because we saw it with last year, Darnold. Nothing really changed other than their QB situation, and what Darnold did with the same team is far better than what JJ's doing. Yeah,
I just think that they just put way too much on JJ's shoulders. They put way too much trust on his shoulders.
Sounds like a biased take.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't have to be a Minnesota fan, are you?
And you're the quarterback of the team. You have
remain neutral.
You have to take this leadership.
He does.
You're the QB. Why do we see these other younger QBs like Drake May take all that on his shoulder and lead his team to victories.
Almost most of the quarterbacks from that that class, Jaden, Drake, Bo Nix. I mean, not to mention JJ had a unique situation where last year he did have the injury, but he had time to learn the playbook, develop. I mean, obviously he was injured, but I'm sure there was part of the season where he could at least throw or whatever it may be. I mean, time to sit there, learn the system, meet with the coaches, know the players, know the offense, develop from Sam Darnold, who obviously had an interesting upbringing through the NFL with the Jets and that whole situation.
He got cursed.
Yeah.
He made it out. Look at them now. But anyways, so it's tough.
It's tough. Well, my hot seat pick, I'm going to have to go with Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to have to go with Aaron Rodgers because he is now just piling on the injuries. His body's in shambles. He's got a fracture. He's old. He's just a bag of bones. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. His wrist it's fractured. He doesn't have to get surgery. He's questionable going into week 12. But Mason Rudolph did step up in that second half, and he went 12 for 16, and he got 127 yards. He played a solid game, and I think that there may be a job opening in the quarterback spot for the Steelers.
No, I completely agree. Rodgers can never stay healthy, but at the end of the day, he's old.
He's
father. I don't know. He doesn't have a kid, but Father Time is calling for him.
Yeah, settle down, man. Get the white picket fence.
Yeah, go to one of those retreats.
My number one question for you is: do you think the Steelers just should have kept? And I know he's having a horrible year, Russell Wilson instead of him.
Giants' favorite foe.
Wow, no.
Because Russell kind of got kicked out of the Steelers team for Rodgers.
I just think that
if Aurora was the general manager of the Steelers,
GM,
and you had the decision to get a QB that is available, not steal one, free agent or draft, what would you do?
I personally think that Aaron Rodgers should have gone to the Minnesota Vikings. He would have been a much more okay.
Wow.
Before this even
what about JJ 9 McCarthy?
Yeah,
he needed to learn from someone experienced. That's what I think. He needed to be behind Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Aaron Rodgers should have been in the Steelers in the first place.
Would you really want to learn from this Aaron Rodgers?
He has experience, okay, and that's something
Words of wisdom can only get you so far without showing what you can do.
Yeah, but historically, young QBs who learn from experienced players do play better in the future.
Okay.
And Sam Darnold does not have that top-tier experience that JJ
If you
needed.
think he should have went to Vikings, then who should have been to Steelers?
That's a tough question. That's a really tough
question.
Can I bring up a point? Can I ask the general manager a question?
Yes.
We're talking about Rodgers. We're assuming this probably is his last season. Looking ahead, 2026 NFL offseason, free agent, we have a certain quarterback by the name of Danny Dimes available, unrestricted free agent. If you're there in Pittsburgh, you have DK Metcalf, you have Jalen Warren, you have this 6'8", 300-pound tight end who's been throwing people on the ground. Do you look at somebody like Danny Dimes and throw him a bag? Give him some extra dimes? What do you think?
I think so. That could be a good idea. I just think that Aaron Rodgers, just hang up the jersey, man.
Give it up.
Give it up before you hurt yourself. And on a high note, I mean, it's just kind of going downhill from here. So let's just retire, man. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, let's move on to...
We are moving on to the next segment. Is it cake?
Is it cake?
Is it cake, where we'll see if these NFL teams are the real deal or just the icing on top.
Just the frosting on the outside.
Yeah. Wow, okay.
Let's get into our first team.
What do we got?
Seattle Seahawks.
Ooh.
Aurora, cake.
I don't think they're cake. I think that they're legit. When you have Darnold to Jackson Smith and Jigba, you have magic. Anything is possible. He is by far, he's the standout receiver right now. He leads the league right now in receiving yards. Incredible. The next receiver behind him is 300 yards below him. There's nothing this man can't do. And if you watch his last game, he had an incredible one-hand catch, and then he just played it off like it was nothing.
But I feel these great teams, like what you said with the Eagles, they have each position where they're great at.
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks, you just said they have JSN. If without JSN, do you think they are the team they are today, or no?
No. I think that he's very core in this team, but they also do have a good defense.
I think it's hard to say a team is great if only one key player is their
But
player.
Darnold has been playing well too. Despite that last game, despite week 11, okay? Despite that last game, Darnold has been playing well this season.
I agree. I mean, I'm looking back right now. We have 44 against the Cardinals. We have 38 against the Commanders. I mean, I think the Seahawks are not cake. I completely agree with you again.
they're cake.
Not to mention their record already really well. Upcoming schedule of Titans, which is a free win. Vikings, which should be a free win. Falcons with Penix out for the year. Should be another free one. Then we have a great game against the Colts and then the Rams, and they finish it out with the Panthers and the 49ers. At the end of the day, that will be a playoff team. Last year we saw Darnold in the playoffs, though. Obviously he is a question mark.
He did choke in the playoffs.
With JSN, you have the double running back set. I mean, I don't know. It is an interesting situation for sure.
It is an interesting situation for sure. Who we got next?
We got next the Chargers.
Nick, what do you think?
Chargers are
bad
a
blowout.
difficult one. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we have like an in the middle cake. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I mean, I know we have Hampton coming back soon, I think, which would be huge for them. Obviously, they lost Hampton for a while. They lost Najee for the year. Having no run game, they've been trying to rely on Vidal, but like obviously at the end of the day, that's a third running back, so that's tough. Herbert is great. The receivers have been playing great. Quentin Johnston coming out of nowhere. I really thought he was a complete bust, but he's been playing well. So I guess I'll lean towards not cake for the Chargers, a team I wouldn't want to face necessarily in the first round, or if I was one of those higher seeds.
I disagree. Ooh. I think that they're cake. I think that they're complete cake. It's literally all just frosting on the outside. The offensive line has been getting Herbert murdered week after week. I think that he's going to get injured soon. If they keep this up, and also history repeats itself. They're gonna choke in the last minute. Even if they make the playoffs, they're gonna choke first round.
Don't believe in Harbaugh?
I don't think so. I think just history repeats itself. I think the Chargers are gonna screw it up last minute.
Last team, I think this should be the best topic.
Okay.
Lions, cake or not?
Cake.
Cake.
What?
Cake! They're 6-4 right now.
No cake. No cake for me.
Okay, you go first.
I have to go. I mean, first of all, they're dealing with the injuries. They have to get the defensive pieces back. We talked about it earlier in the episode. They're missing their corners. They're missing their safety. We need those guys back. Not to mention they lose Laporta, who's obviously a stud at tight end, so that's big. They're not getting him back soon, but hopefully the guys on the defense, they get back soon.
Yeah.
They have to rely on their run game more. They have two extremely talented running backs. Montgomery could be a running back one on 25 of the other teams in the NFL.
They're such a good
duo. You have
duo.
St. Brown. You have Jameson Williams, who is one of the fastest / could be the best deep ball threats in the NFL. You have to get everybody involved more. Obviously, they lose the coaches. I was saying from the beginning of the season, I mean, it's tough. You lose your DC, you lose your OC to the Jets and to the Bears. I think, again, another one of those situations like the Chargers, that would be a team I would hate to play in the first round. I would.
I think that they're cake
if they
this
get
year.
there.
I think that they're cake this year. They went into this season. They're not looking for a divisional win. They're not looking for a conference win. They were looking for a Super Bowl. This is if they were going to do it, it would have to be this year. Yet they are underperforming this entire year. They're 6-4. They only have one divisional win this year.
Tough division. It is.
What did you call the Seahawks? Not cake? Or
The
cake?
Seahawks?
You called them
Not cake.
not cake.
Ooh.
So you're
Not
saying
cake.
you would rather face the Lions in the playoffs than a Seahawks team.
I do think that Jared Goff has more playoff experience than Sam Darnold.
I don't really think I think Lions, other than JSN, I think Lions have Seahawks beat at every position. I think Lions defense is better. Their run game is better. Their receiver duo is better. And quarterback, Sam Darnold, Goff, I would say it's a little.
They're similar. They're similar. But again, Goff has that experience. He's been to a Super Bowl before. I mean, they were supposed to go far last year until some great team by the name of the Washington Commanders stopped that. I'm not biased. Anyways, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree to your point. I think of would I want to play this team or not. Lions, I do not want to play.
Neither do I. I'll play the Seahawks though, more than the Lions. But again, both teams you never know.
Even Chargers, I still.
Lions.
Yeah, I mean, there's still. My issue is that we're halfway through the season and they're still lurking. They're not even in the wild card round.
They're close. NFL.com gives them a 74% chance of making the playoffs. So I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
I feel like that might be a little biased.
They're on the bubble.
Things happen. We'll see. All right, let's move on. We got a fun little game of trivia. After Jalen Ramsey and Jamar Chase got into it this past week, it's only right that we dive into some of the most iconic wide receiver and cornerback fights.
Don't spit on me, please. Don't spit on me.
All right, let's do it. So, rules are
Let's do it. Ooh.
First to grab the football.
Oof, Patriots ball.
Gets to answer.
Okay. Moving everything out of the way.
Yeah, gotta get serious for this.
You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Wait. Is this like multiple choice?
Yeah. It's gonna be multiple
Oh.
choice questions. Okay. First question. In 2011, Devin Hester threw a punch at which Packers corner during a Bears-Packers matchup? Is it A, Charles Woodson, B, Sam Shields, C, Traymon Williams, or D, Casey Hayward?
Oh, listen, I'm going to be honest. I was thinking like maybe Clinton Dix or something back then. Could we get the options one more time? I know it's Hester. He's throwing a punch. I'm imagining it. There's the Packer corner. Can I hear the names again?
Hall of Fame Hester.
Yes. Correct.
Okay, the names: Charles Woodson, Sam Shields, Traymon Williams, Casey Hayward.
What year was this?
2011.
If he gets it wrong, do I get the point, or then do I have to get a chance to match?
You get a chance to match.
All right, I'll let you start.
Go.
Charles Woodson.
Nope.
Is it
Did he even play? I don't think.
James Shields?
Sam Shields.
Sam Shields. That's what I meant.
Hey.
No.
That's what I meant.
Half a point.
Half a point.
Half a point.
Yes,
Okay.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I remember.
Okay.
I remember Shields. I remember that. And I was looking back. I thought maybe
Question
Woodson
one
too, but
stumped us already.
yeah, that was tough.
Okay, this one's a little bit easier. Which wide receiver headlocked Jalen Ramsey and threw punches during their 2017 matchup? Is it A, Tyler Boyd, B, AJ Green? What is it, Nick?
AJ Green. I don't even need to hear the rest of the options. I already know what it is.
Bengals legend.
AJ Green. That I watched
All right.
that back in the day, back in like middle school, wherever I was at.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Nick is still up. Come on,
Let's go.
Luke.
1.5. 1.5 points.
Okay. Odell Beckham Jr. repeatedly targeted which Panthers corner in their...
Most overrated, overpaid player, Washington Redskins at the time alum, Josh Norman. Cannot stand him, but he was good when he was in Carolina.
Look, you're getting cooked. You're getting cooked.
I got the ball, but
Okay.
slipped.
It's the
It slipped.
grippers.
Okay.
The grippers.
Andre Johnson and Cortland Finnegan
Wow.
were both ejected and fined $25,000 after a 2010 fight in which A, Johnson ripped off Finnegan's jersey, B, Finnegan removed his own helmet before throwing a punch, C, both players charged from opposite sidelines, or D, Finnegan hit Johnson out of bounds.
Let's go. It is B. I remember the helmet being off.
Yeah.
There you go.
How do you
Does that count?
remember?
You can take the ball
You were
away?
like 5,
Does that-
Nick.
Oh, because I watched those. Listen,
You watched it
back
when you
in
were
the day,
5?
I would be watching NFL highlights, and it would be
Okay.
like biggest fights of all time.
Okay.
And that would always start the video. It would keep me locked in, and I was like, wow.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm gonna give you this one. I'm gonna stand in the back. Do we have another one? Do we have
I got that one. In my head, I got that one.
Okay.
It's yours. Here, take it before it even.
Alright.
Okay.
I don't want
Take
pitting.
it before it even starts. Keep my hand.
Give us
All
the
right.
question.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna butcher this name.
Okay.
Aqib Talib
Yeah, great play.
ripped off Michael Crabtree's chain twice, once in 2016 and again in 2017. What happened the second time? Is it A, Crabtree immediately walked away, B, Talib was injured breaking up the fight, C, both players were ejected and suspended, or D, Crabtree apologized after the game?
When you give me a receiver like Crabtree, that's what you're gonna get.
It's not Sherman though.
I know it's not.
I feel like they would get suspended, but what's the suspension option?
Both players were ejected and suspended.
I'll say that one.
Okay, you got it right. Luke, you got your
Yeah.
first point!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Mom, I made it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all we have for trivia. We have.
I think that last question was worth 5 points,
Put a
right?
crown on my
did
head.
I think the last one was worth 5 points, right?
Sorry, Luke. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. All right.
Next segment.
Oh.
Let's go.
Next segment.
Those
They
are
were-
good questions. Those
yeah.
are good questions.
They
I was
were-
worried coming into it. I didn't know if I would know them, but
You nailed it, Nick.
There you go.
You absolutely obliterated Luke in that. Luke, I'm disappointed.
you'll get them next time.
I
All
can
right.
get a good grip on the ball.
Let's talk about some of the Week 12 matchups we have coming up. What is your game of the week pick?
I get to start.
Yeah.
I am honored. Has to be Rams Bucks. I mean, wow. NFC matchup, incredible. The Rams bring a top tier defense that's giving up under 18 points a game. Obviously on the Bucks side of things, you got Baker Mayfield. Was struggling a little bit there, but I don't know. I think he's more on the up. Obviously they just lost to the Bills, which is a tough team. But wow, I mean, two incredible
They just lost to
teams.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, yeah. MVP, man. I mean, anyways, I think this game could go either way. Rams are playing great. They got the 2 receiver set, the running back. Buccaneers, I think Bucky Irving might be back.
Yeah.
I saw Godwin's questionable, so if they can get those guys back, that would be huge. They've been relying on, Rashad White and the running back, 44 in the Bills. I forgot his name. I'm sorry, but he just had an incredible week. Oh, my God. 35 fantasy points I saw, multiple touchdowns. I forgot his last name. Maybe Shepard? I don't know. We need the fact check. But if you are watching this, my friend, 44 on the Buccaneers, you're going to get benched.
Sean Tucker.
There you go. You played great. But anyways, great matchup. Really excited to see that. I think whoever wins that, could possibly give the Eagles a run for their money in the NFC Championship.
This is a little off topic-ish, but with the Rams, Matthew Stafford just got updated to be the #1 favorite for MVP. Do you think if they shut him down, that's wraps on Bucks winning?
I think it could be huge. I didn't know that Stafford fact. That's interesting. Honestly, the MVP race is close. I know over here at Bryant, we got a lot of people who are Drake May FC.
Drake May.
I personally think Jonathan Taylor, what he's been doing there in Indianapolis, has been extremely impressive. You want to talk about JSN being one player kind of carrying the team on the other side of the ball with the running back. You know what I mean? Jonathan Taylor. Wow.
Are we talking about MVP or offensive MVP?
Well, I was talking about MVP, honestly,
about
but
MVP.
offensive MVP
Wow.
too is an interesting one. But
you think Jonathan Taylor is going to be the first
I don't know.
quarterback?
I don't know if he will be.
Running back in a long time.
I know he had a tough week, but I think the QB bias. I think it's getting a little out of control. I think it would be fun to see a different position. But again, Drake May is playing great. Matt Stafford is playing great. If Stafford and the Rams can dominate this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team with Baker Mayfield, with possibly Bucky Irving returning, with Godwin, that would be big. That would be big. And again, a team, if I'm the Eagles, I'm looking at this game, I'm watching both of them, and depending on how it goes, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
So what's your score prediction?
Yeah.
Score prediction.
Let's hear it.
Well, I don't know. With that Rams fact, hold 18 a game, give me 21-14 Los Angeles.
Wow.
21-14.
You think low scoring?
I think low scoring.
After we just saw Bucks and Bills in a shootout almost 44.
I think so. I think both these teams, I think will be going back and forth, but they both have pretty solid defenses. I think they're all going to be, I think emotion's going to be high. I think it really could go either way, but I do think no matter what, 21-14, 28-21, whatever it may be, I think it's going to be within, 6.5, 7 points. It's going to be close, but it's going to be entertaining, and I will definitely be watching that, as I'm sure anyone watching this and the two of you will be as well. So that's a good game.
All right.
Yeah.
Luke, who do you got next? Who's your game of the week prediction?
I think this is game of the year so far. I got Colts and Chiefs. This to me, I think
Wow.
Colts are, I think right now, one of the best teams in the league, led by, I think, my MVP favorite, Jonathan Taylor.
Whoa.
That's the Jonathan Taylor MVP. Off topic, only issue with that is if Saquon Barkley couldn't win it last year, I don't know if Jonathan Taylor
that's
can win
true.
it this
Josh
year.
Allen had a nice resume.
Yeah, but I think this game is going to be amazing because even though the Chiefs are 5-5, it doesn't matter their record. And as much as I don't want to be a Mahomes glazer over here, whenever Mahomes is on the field, he can always win it, no matter with who's receiving, who's out running back, who's wherever. I think it will be a great game, real testament to either teams. Whoever wins, it's a must-win game for them.
Absolutely.
Do you think the Kansas Chiefs right now are Super Bowl contenders?
That's hard. I think yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so? Last time a team was 5-5 and won the Super Bowl was the 2001 Patriots.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
a long
that's a fact
time
right
ago.
there.
It is, but no team was the Chiefs, though. Mahomes is just different. Mahomes is,
Okay.
I think he's on another level. Kelsey, we've been seeing him decline, but he's still...
I didn't know you were a Mahomes fanboy.
I do not like him, but I'm not going to argue with if he's good or not. He's been almost having an MVP year, but they're losing, so you can't really have him on MVP caliber. But I think it is very doable, and if there's any team in the whole league, I think that if they were 5-5, what team could make the Super Bowl from there? I would say it's the Chiefs.
Okay, even after their performance against the Broncos?
I mean, Broncos were a 9-2
They're a good
team,
team.
so
They're a
it's
good
not
team.
like they lost to some scrubs.
I know, but I feel as though Mahomes did not make the big plays that he was usually making in those right moments.
I mean,
He's just like...
Mile High is a very hard stadium to play in. Maybe it just
Okay.
wasn't their day. The teams
Okay.
they've been losing to, also the Chiefs, have been good teams.
Okay.
They lost back-to-back, but the Bills and the Broncos, those are both favorites in the league to go far. So I
Okay.
think this will be a great game.
Okay.
Who do you got?
I think that the Eagles versus the Cowboys might be a very, very good game. I think this is going to be a total shootout. I think that this will be this is going to show out. This is going to show what each team can do in offense. Okay, let me finish. The Cowboys, the Cowboys just gained some confidence. I know that they just played the Raiders, but they were working like a well-oiled machine against those Raiders on offense.
Yeah, wait. The 2-8 Raiders?
Okay.
Same Raiders
Okay,
team?
I'm just saying CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens, they are playing so well. They're on the come up and they're doing better and better each and every week. Okay? I think that it's going to show out. I think that the score is going to be a very high scoring game. I say Eagles win by a field goal. 44-41.
So you
I think it's going to be a good game.
Oh,
It's a
you think-
divisional matchup.
Playing-
Anything can
You
happen.
think playing Geno Smith versus playing Jalen Hurts is comparable, or the receivers versus the Eagles? Like it's.
They had a close game. Their first game of the season. They did.
Nick, what do you think?
I think this game, respectfully, is going to be the complete opposite of that. I think this is going to be a game in which you can turn off at halftime. I think Dallas just played well. Obviously, the receivers played great, even though they were benched the first drive for whatever reasons that may or may not have been.
Rumor has it that they were out late at the casino.
Little casino, little too much fun in
It
Vegas.
It happens.
I don't know. No comment on that.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, I think the Eagles I think this will be a statement game for them. I think, Dakota Prescott and the Cowboys are going to try their best, but I think it's going to be over before it starts. I mean, again, I hate glazing the Eagles. I mean, trust me, I do not want to do this, but
Done a lot of that today.
I have to respect them. I mean, they are a great team. I think we were just talking about Saquon earlier. I think this is where they use him. Obviously, the Cowboys overpay completely for Quinnen Williams. I mean, they give up pretty much 2 first-round picks plus their first-round pick last year, so almost 3 first-round picks. He had a good game against the Raiders. Again, it's the Raiders. Ascengenti had, 6 carries?
Yeah.
The Raiders are bad, but that's a story for another day. I think the Eagles are going to have a statement win. Give me 40-13 Eagles. 40-13 Eagles. Come back and you see exact score.
I got 44-21.
Ooh.
I think a
There
little,
you go. There you go.
but still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll find out next week. But anyways, that's all we have for this week. That's a wrap for No Huddle. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, and hit us up on our socials. Until next time, it's been fun.